Hello, Ravens fans, and welcome to another edition of the Spotlight Ravens series. I'm Aaron Schneider, the Sports Information Director at Anderson University, and joining us from the swimming and diving team is Kris Keller. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you?
Good. Kris is in his senior year. During his career with the swimming and diving team, he's scored 8 times as an individual and 13 times as part of a relay during the 3 conference meets that he's competed in. As an individual, his best place was 4th in the 400 individual medley. Did that in his freshman season, and he's contributed to 4 third-place finishes on relays during the conference meet. So first, what is your major and minor?
My major is sports marketing, and I do not have a minor.
Okay. Who is your inspiration and why?
My inspiration is actually my parents. They are really hardworking, and they've always been behind me with whatever I do. So I'd have to say my parents.
Okay. What is your driving force / motivation?
That would have to be every day be better than the day before, and do everything in the strength that God gives me.
Okay. What is your favorite aspect about sports and why?
I'd have to say definitely the team aspect. Having all your teammates behind you and having that sense of camaraderie in the team is definitely a good thing to have.
All right. What is your favorite non-athletic memory at AU?
Favorite non-athletic memory would have to be going through recruitment for the Tivus.
Okay. And then what is your favorite athletic memory at AU?
Definitely each conference the past 3 years, just having that sense of being able to compete at the conference level, and it's definitely a good time.
All right. Switching gears a little bit, going into the team superlative type questions. First, who on the team is best dressed?
I would have to say Willow's the best dressed.
Okay. Who on the team is the best dancer?
That would have to be Josh Ekberg.
Okay. Who on the team is the Joker, prankster, best sense of humor?
I would have to give that to the whole entire guys senior class. When we're all around together at the same time, it's usually a really good time, a lot of laughs.
Okay, and then who on the team is most outgoing?
Again, I'd have to say Josh Ekberg.
All right, and then I don't imagine that because swimming and diving, it's a different nature. I don't imagine there's too much trash talking when it's kind of a beat the clock sport.
Yeah, there's not much trash talking that goes on at meets per se, but when we're at practice, we all just joke around with each other and mess around with each other.
Who on the team is the pregame DJ?
We don't really have a pregame DJ. At the beginning of the season, we all sent in a couple songs that we wanted on our pre-meet playlist that we run throughout the meet and during practices.
Okay. Do you have a song that's your go-to?
I personally do not know.
Okay. Going in the next segment of questions. First, who is your favorite professional athlete?
My favorite professional athlete is LeBron James.
Okay. What is your favorite food?
My favorite food is bacon.
Okay. If you could turn any activity into an Olympic sport, what would you have a good chance of getting a medal in?
I would have to say procrastinating.
Okay.
I tend to do that pretty often, but it always leads into my best work. So,
I mean, I can say I can personally relate to that. What is your favorite thing to do outside of swimming and diving?
Um, Outside of swimming, I would say just hanging out with the guys team. We always hang out a lot and have a good time together.
Okay. Do you have any pets? If so, what kind and what are their names?
I have a cat, and her name is Willow.
Okay. When you were little, what did you want to be when you grew up?
I want I wanted to be a professional athlete. It didn't matter which sport I wanted to be in, but growing up, I knew that was a little out there, so I kind of came back down to earth and kind of was like, oh, maybe not.
Okay. And this is actually a good lead into the next question. Other than swimming and diving, what is your favorite sport?
My favorite sports are football and basketball.
Okay. What is your favorite sports team?
Um, it's tied. So my favorite sports teams are the Los Angeles Lakers and the Arizona Cardinals.
All right. What is your favorite quote?
My favorite quote is I can do all things through Christ who gives me strength, Philippians 4:13.
Okay. What is your favorite movie?
My favorite movie is Step Brothers.
Okay. And then if you could travel anywhere in the world, where would it be?
If I could travel anywhere in the world, it'd have to be Greece.
Okay. Um, what are your favorite hobbies?
Um, I'd have to say um, playing video games, or um, I like to draw too.
All right. Why did you choose AU?
Um, I chose AU because as soon as I stepped on campus, I felt like it was home. I bonded really well when I met the swim team at the time, and they just made me like feel really welcomed.
Okay. What is your favorite class at AU and why?
Um, I'd have to say it was definitely like physical activity with Dr. Jones.
Okay. And then who is your favorite professor at AU and why?
I would have to say Dr. Scott. Since he's always around at the pool, I've had him in a couple classes, and he's just super like genuine guy and really nice.
All right. What are your plans after college?
Um, that's a little to be determined. Being a senior, I kind of need to figure that out. But my kind of go-to for now would be to take a year off and maybe travel a little bit, and then after that, come back and get my master's.
Okay. Do you have any places in mind as far as the traveling?
Um, I want to travel around Europe.
Okay. And then what do you want your lasting legacy to be at AU?
Um, Lasting legacy, I would want to be known as someone who is one of um, the stars of the swim team, and see how much it progressed over the years.
All right. Well, I think I've covered all the questions I wanted to. Ravens fans, thank you for tuning in. Be sure to follow along for more Spotlight Ravens series interviews. We'll have more coming soon. And Kris, thank you for joining us.
Yeah, definitely.